Marcus, Ellis and Chris Langridge. Off to a good start, seems like, Marcus.
Yeah, I think that game was definitely going to be a tough one. Also, we thought in our heads, after coming off, we feel like we played quite well. Maybe expected a little bit more resistance from them because we know they've had some great performances in the last year or so. So we really did expect probably a tougher match. But it's good to get through the first round so easily because we've got hopefully many matches to come, and you want to be as fresh as possible.
Yeah, Chris, what worked out well for you and Marcus on court, to be a bit more specific here?
I think it was definitely tactics. Before the game, we spoke, not in too much detail to overcomplicate things, but we had quite an organised plan, and I think we did actually stick to it really well, which sometimes we fluctuate, but we stuck to it quite well, and I think it really frustrated them because a lot of the times they were playing into our hands of what we expected and what we wanted. So obviously we're really pleased because I think at times we did actually play quite well, but then at times maybe when we did hit slightly the wrong shot, we covered quite well, or we had a okay lead and you could tell the pressure kind of was a lot more on them than us, so sometimes they snatched a bit more, whereas if they'd have had a slight lead, maybe they'd been a bit more relaxed. And I'm really pleased with our performance today because, as Marcus said, on paper, well, we've never beaten them first of all, and on paper I think we're one place higher than them in the world, so it's a 50-50 game, and I don't know the score because I couldn't see the scoreboard half the match, but it was fairly comfortable, I think. So it's obviously, we're really pleased for that.
Let's try to avoid the one game at the time answer, Marcus, but what are the expectations for you and Chris here?
We were actually quite disappointed not to get seeded because I believe we were 17 on the list, which does help, means you have one round less, etc. We have an incredibly tough match next, but one that we still know that we can play against them. We actually played against them at Swiss Open, and the game was actually okay. So I feel like we have a great chance, and they're the 7th seed or something. So there's no reason why we can't go out there and beat them, and we have to go in with that mentality. It can't just be we're meeting a seed now. It's going to be a tough match. It's the World Championships, and we want to play our best.
How does this venue suit you and Marcus, Chris?
It's nice, yeah. I've played at Swiss Open possibly more than anyone else in the tournament. I can't say that for a fact, but I've played here a long time because I'm an old boy now. So the hall's nice, and I've got to give it to them. I was a bit worried when we were knocking up because there was everything everywhere a few days ago, but they've sorted out well that when you're on court it's nice. You can see clearly. It's hot out there, but it's not too hot. There's a bit of a drift, but not too much. So on court, yeah, it's nice to play in. Compared to Asia, it's a hell of a lot nicer, and it's lovely to have a big event in Europe because it does feel like it doesn't happen very often.